the odds of someone bringing like a flamethrower to the show and then setting me on fire, it's not gonna happen. And I'm not Chris Rock. If you come up on stage, we will fight.
Monét Talks. Everybody come sit down, let's have a chat. Monét Talks. Living life gossip, chop it up, this or that. Monét Talks. Get comfortable, cause you on the show. We just wanna know where you been, who you been with. Monét Talks.
So when we were crafting this idea to do the show, blah, 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 this was one of my top guests because I have been a fan of theirs for a very long time. We're going to talk about when I became a fan of theirs. Please welcome to Monét Talks, Kid Fury up in the house. Hi, darling.
Hi, Monet.
How you doing?
I'm good. You look gorgeous as usual.
Thank you. You look very cute. As soon as you walked in, I was like, where are these pants from? Where are the shoes from? Where this?
And I told you.
Yes, you did. And I'm not going to say it online, but
like,
yeah. Oh, girls love gatekeeping their things, like their fragrances.
Girl, calm down. Ain't nobody trying to single white female.
Single white female.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about the tar pits. So randomly this past week, like 9 people randomly have brought up these tar pits. We're just talking about how they're this weird place where apparently the dinosaurs died 65 million years ago in LA.
Not my business.
And they're a full attraction in LA. It's very strange. But now I feel like I need to go visit them because I live in LA now.
You really don't.
But I got to say I did. Like those street lamp things. What
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute. It's right next to it. Yeah.
Okay.
That is cute. That's like a cute like picture moment.
Right.
Maybe a date. With, you know, magic hour. That's cute.
What's magic hour? Oh, like golden hour with the sun.
Yeah, golden hour. Like
got it.
That's cute. But the tar pits themselves, it's just dirty water.
Dirty water.
Dirty stank water.
In my mind, it's like something from, I don't know, from the Power Rangers, and it's like where Rita Repulsa was born. They're like bubbling
really
and
like tar to me when I saw it for the first time. It just looks like really gross water.
Okay, well that takes a lot. I thought they would be like hot and bubbling and stuff.
Not when I saw it, unless it's something they turn on. I don't know if it's a switch they forgot to flip. First time I was like, oh, this is mud. Okay, what else? There are no rides, no mangoes, nothing. Okay.
So Kid Fury, first of all, I want to just say a big thank you to one of the people who made the show successful. It's so funny. Your episode was hilarious. Thank you so much for doing Monet Slumber Party.
I had so much fun.
It was so fun. And when like the bookers reached out and they got you, I was like, oh my God, yes, we got Kid Fury on it. Because you're just so, obviously you are a stand-up comedian, so you are intentionally funny, but I feel like you also unintentionally funny a lot too. Just the things that come out of your mouth are hilarious.
I had a blast. It was a very good group.
It was a good group. It was a cute group.
Yeah, it was very good.
Well, when we had to debate about Beyonce, I was like, oh God. I was like, I don't want Beyonce to watch this and be mad at me for some reason. Or like Parkwood.
She has a good sense of humor.
Okay, good.
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, well, she's obsessed with you.
I would never use those words.
Okay, you get invited to all the things.
I got invited to one thing.
It's sacred.
Yeah.
Which is a big thing, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, the thing. Yes, I'm not diminishing it. I wouldn't say obsessed. She's kind. She's so amazing.
Yeah.
And I've obviously been a huge fan ever since I was a teeny tiny thing.
Yeah.
But meeting her in person was awesome, and she was like inexplicably gracious.
Okay, what does she smell like? I really would like to know.
Honestly, to me, she smelled like her perfume. She smelled like Saint Noir.
Saint Noir, okay.
And I don't know if it was like, you know, because this was at the Sacred launch event. So I don't know if she was like in big business brand mode.
Got it.
Or, you know, like let me wear my thing.
Yeah.
Or if that's just genuine. I wouldn't be surprised if she just genuinely likes the smell of her perfume.
Yeah.
But she smelled like Saint Noir to me.
Work. Honestly, and I stand up for people who people use their products. Like no tea. I've heard that what's his name? The guy who does the tequila. Casamigos.
George Clooney?
I heard he doesn't even drink.
I bet he doesn't.
Casamigos.
I bet he doesn't.
But I like stand by Casamigos, but now I know that the owner doesn't drink it. I'm like, am I just a fucking idiot drinking this thing that even the brand ambassador doesn't drink? That's a little crazy to me.
And George Clooney is, like, as far as Casamigos goes, elbow knee deep in the black community.
Oh, yes.
With that liquor
Yeah,
brand.
girl.
And he don't even drink it.
I know he don't even drink it. That's the crazy part. I'm like, really, girl?
But you know, we do the thing where we have like our generational drink of choice. It's a cycle. Like we did Hennessy. I don't think that one's ever going away.
Yeah.
But we did Nouveau. Remember when Nouveau
oh my
was
God.
a big
Remember
thing?
Ciroc was big.
Thing.
Yeah.
Madonna Julio was making a comeback.
Yeah.
Like, we always have like Patron.
No, I'm gonna throw it back. Remember Alizé?
Alizé, bitch.
Alizé had the black community in a choke
hold.
Yes. Girl.
We always have like a liquor brand where we're just like, this is the one we're doing.
It was also because of the Parkers, because Monique was Nikki on the Parkers, and Alice, I hope they had a brand deal, because she was mentioning it all the time in the show.
They should have the amount that character mentioned it
all the time.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
It was like Carrie Bradshaw, whatever want.
Yeah.
Parker's, it was Alizé.
Yeah. So I'm kind of gagged. In doing research for the show, like, I did not know you're from New York. New York. Why did I say that? Miami. Mm-hmm. I thought you were an LA native through and through.
Cute. No, I've only been here for 2 years.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Born and raised in Miami. I lived in New York for about a decade, and then I just moved out here.
Yeah, I knew that you lived in New York, but I thought you moved here way longer than that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just got here.
Yeah, I moved here March 21. So that's what? Yeah, I moved here 3 years ago, going on 4 years ago, and I love it.
I remember your story of like popping up on Bob.
Yeah. Well, he had moved here, and here's the thing, like, because I was born and raised in New York, so I didn't get the moving to New York later in life and falling in love with the city. Like, I've always been there, so I was like, I just want something new, and I was so sick and tired of snow. I mean, you're from a warm state, so did you jive with the snow in New York?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not.
It's the worst part.
I couldn't do it.
Well, I think but here's the thing: if New York had weather like Florida and LA, it would be
unstoppable.
It would be unstoppable.
They'd have to like place barriers around the perimeter of the city to keep people from. Like, it's already overpopulated.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, if it had like, because even in the summer when the weather, I mean, it gets kind of humid, but when the weather is like warm and nice, New York City summer,
so good,
indescribable,
so
nothing
good
like it on the planet.
It's so good, girl.
But it lasts 6 weeks.
Yeah, 6 weeks, and then that's it.
That's it.
Although spring and fall aren't terrible,
a New York fall is
good, girl.
She is. Coming from South Florida, we don't have seasons.
Yeah, it's just always
warm and humid. Pretty
Yeah.
much it. Sometimes it's a little chilly in the wintertime.
Yeah.
But being in a situation and living in a city where finally I saw the leaves change and the climate and everything, and you get a nice sweater you go to a little bar.
What neighborhood did you live in when you were in New York?
Harlem.
Harlem.
Eventually, like the last 2 years, I moved to Hell's Kitchen because I got a little Reed coin. But for most of my time there, I was living in Harlem. Yeah.
So I was born and raised in Flatbush, and I went to college. After college, I moved to Park Slope in a very apartment for like a little bit. Then I moved to the last stop on the 1 train and pretty much in Yonkers.
I've woken up there.
The apartment was so terrible, but the trade was chef's kiss.
I know that's right.
Chef's kiss.
I know that's right. That's why when it needs to be in the city, you're like, out where they're never coming to the city.
Exactly. That's
they're
where
out on the
Hello.
Yes, breaking backs. That's true too.
So I was there, and then after that, for my last 4 years in New York, I lived in Harlem on 145th and Broadway, which later my brother's a cop in New York, and later he told me, that is one of the most, from 145th from Riverside to Frederick Douglass, that is one of the most dangerous blocks in New York City. I was like, really? Yeah. It's he's like, yeah, like a lot of crime goes on there. I was like, oh God.
Yeah, I lived on 139th and Lenox for a couple of years, and it was hood.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I loved it too. But the thing is though, in like hood neighborhoods like that, even though I am walking around in drag, I was never ever harassed by anybody in the neighborhood. I didn't get called so yeah, they're dangerous, I guess, but no one is I don't know if it's because if it's New York or me personally, but I never got any homophobic shit there.
Yeah, I don't remember ever experiencing anything like that on the street of of New York either, or Harlem, or anywhere else. I feel like it's more so kind of a catch you slipping vibe. It's either like warring factions. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like that's my op, but just you're on the street, especially if you have brown skin. I think more often than not, unless you get caught slipping doing some dumb. People are gonna leave you alone.
Yeah, they're just gonna leave you the alone. So is that where? So you and Crystal met in New York then?
We met we actually met in person for the first time in Atlanta. Neither one of us are from there. But we connected through Twitter.
Got it.
We connected and followed each other through Twitter. And this is way back in the Stone Age where, like, Twitter was a much smaller community. And so it was easier to kind of get to know a person's sense of humor and personality and stuff around that time. And so we just kind of clicked from Twitter and then exchanged numbers, and we became friends like that. One year in Atlanta, we both happened to be there, and at the same time, that's when we met in person.
Got it.
And I feel like the following year, we had both been talking about moving to New York because we had a lot of friends there.
Yeah.
She moved, talked me into moving, and that was it.
And then, so, because Bob and I, we go back, he's like, it was because of me you started the podcast. Who started the read? Whose brain idea was it? We're like, let's put this thing, get these two mics, and let's make history.
I went to Crystal and I said, listen, can you do me a favor? And that's kind of how that happened. Crystal had a full-time job. She was an executive assistant at MTV, and she loved it.
Benefits.
Like, she was having a really, really good time there. And, you know, I moved to New York with this plucky objective to be a comedian and, you know, extend what I was already doing online in Miami. And so I met Chris Morrow, founder of Loudspeakers Network, through the late Jazz Fly, who had a podcast on the network. And he was like, listen, we're looking for a queer voice on this network, you know, and we think you know, is that something you'd be interested in? And I was like, I don't want to do it by myself. Yeah. But Crystal and I, the banter tone that you hear if you listen to the read, that's how we always, that's just our friendship.
Your friendship,
So I'm like, I know that we laughed together so much that this could be something fun. And she thankfully agreed to do it with me.
And y'all made history, like, no shade. Like, you know, it's going to sound really shady to other things out there, but, like, I feel like the podcast scape before y'all was very cis white male dudes. Like, it was not populated by a lot of brown. And again, I'm not saying that they were not out there, y'all. I'm just saying, as a civilian walking through the world, I did not hear about a lot of black people doing podcasts. To me, the podcast world was for white dudes. You know what I mean? So, and I think the read was so monumental. Y'all like really broke down like this thing, like, oh, podcasts are for us too, y'all. And then y'all like really paved the way to for what a successful podcast for not just black, for black, queer, all of it. Like, it's y'all made history, bitch. Yeah. Like, when, like, I feel like when we do, like, you remember those VH1 things, like, way back in the 90s, whatever, when they, do that about, like, the 2000s and 10s, like, y'all are going to be part of, like, making podcasts a thing.
I'd like that.
Oh, 100%.
I'd like that.
100%.
You're right. There definitely were other. I mean, because even on our network, there were shows like the Combat Jack Show and Jazz Fly's reality show. Like, there were black people in podcasting, but the platform or the device, if you will, was completely different. It was mostly dominated by cishet white voices, and mostly like NPR, and political type of things. And so the landscape that you have now, where people have podcasts about all kinds of different things, it was a bit different at the time. And so I usually say I think we lucked up in the timing and the nature of what we got to do together. And the fact that we still don't take it seriously. It's just fun. It's just kikiing with your friend, you know?
Honestly, I mean, that's why Bob and I don't take it too seriously either, which is part of the problem.
That's why it's good.
Yeah, I guess. But sometimes I wish we did, though.
You know what? Me too. But I'm not mad that we don't.
Same.
That's the magic.
Yeah, that's where the magic happens in it. Because, you know, I want to go back a little bit. You know, so I fell in love with you on YouTube. So you like got super viral with Black Girl Say, and then like I feel like you became like an accidental like if you like, because did you set out to be a YouTuber or no, it just kind of happened to you?
I think it just kind of happened.
Yeah.
I was very like, I remember being like so reluctant to do YouTube when I started because I was like, I do not have the face or the voice for this. I'm gonna just stick to writing words and that's it. And then eventually I like got up the courage or whatever for it. And I remember when I think it was Girls Say was the first one.
Yeah. Was it? Yes.
I think
so, yeah.
But when I heard of it was when Francesca Ramsey did Black
Girls. Yes, I remember her, Francesca.
And shout out to Francesca. She's an amazing
icon,
yes. Legend, the moment. And then I was like, well, I don't see anybody doing one for Black gay people, and I don't know if anyone will. So I just begged my friend to follow me around my
work
and record me doing it. And you know something? I don't watch or listen to my own things because I just have like this.
I hate it too. I have to watch episodes for this, and I hate watching it.
So you get it.
Yeah, I hate hearing myself like some of my recordings. I don't like listening or hearing myself. I hate it.
But the other, like literally like 2 nights ago, I had 3 edibles.
Work.
And I don't know how I ended up on my YouTube, but I decided to watch that video like just a couple of days ago, and I haven't seen it in years.
Does it stand the test of time?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's still pretty relevant in terms of what it was about. But watching it, I'm happy to say that I wasn't like cringing. I was just like, oh, look at this cute little doofus and his little like. He just thought he was so funny.
And you are so funny. So you had this YouTube, and then so one day Bob and I are also, I want to tell you about my accidental edible story. Accidents. Bob and I, we were at his house, and he had already been on Drag Race. I had not been on Drag Race yet, and he was going to be in town. We are going to do a show together at therapy. And then so we were like, we need to make like a number to do together. So we're like scouring, because you know we put like spoken word in our numbers, and we're looking through this thing, and then I stumble on your video for your Candy Crush rant.
Oh yeah, I lived in New York by that time.
Yes, so Bob and I we have our Candyland number that is full with monologues from your.
You are lying.
I swear to God,
that is so funny.
I swear to God, and so we have this Candy Crush. So we're in this apartment because we're last minute people and we're disorganized. The show was that night at 11 o'clock. We're at his apartment at like 4 o'clock making the mix, trying to memorize your thing and make it and do choreo. It was a mess, but I think we performed at therapy that night.
Cool.
Our Candy Crush number. Yeah,
that's insane to me.
It's so good. It's so funny.
Yes, I remember both y'all's initial introduction to Drag Race and being instant fans. So that's kind of crazy to think.
Yeah, girl, we loved it. It was so hilarious. So y'all should go check out. It's still on YouTube.
Yeah, it's still on YouTube.
Yeah, check out Kid Fury's Candy Crush.
I have like talked myself off a ledge from deleting all it. Off the internet a couple times. I'm like, let it just be what it is. It's there.
I deleted a lot of my like old like pre-Drag Race like makeup tutorials I'll do and like numbers. I deleted all that off because I can't watch them. I cringe. I feel so uncomfortable watching it.
I just think to myself like, you know what? Every now and then, like every season or so, I might see a comment from someone who's like, I just watched such old video to make and it made me feel better or like change. I'm like, okay. So I guess some people. There are 12 people that still, for whatever reason, go back and watch those 15-year-old videos and like, all right, I'll leave it.
So obviously you're a big comedian now, but I know you wanted to be a rapper first. And are you still, you want to be the Trina of the generation?
Trina is my co-mom.
Got it.
Trina, like, she helped raise me. I'm a Miami baby. So, and the reason, and something, I mean, I've surely said this a million times in my life, but like Trina, like, and her music assigned these to me. She, I think, is why I have such a joy and delight in ruining men and their egos, joy, or confidence. Yeah. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I think that Trina is the reason why. Yeah. But rap-wise, that has to happen.
Okay, so like, what's stopping you from like dropping an album like next year?
Who says I'm not gonna do it?
Ooh. I know it's gonna be so good. The writing is probably gonna be so. This is why I'm falling in love with Doechii, because her writing is so smart.
Doechii is one of those people who I say, and I say this as a compliment, Doechii's a freak.
Yes.
Like,
100%.
Doechii's a freak, like Beyonce's a freak, like Bette Midler's a freak.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Like,
I agree with that.
Like Meryl Streep is a freak. Like, Doechii's a freak.
Yeah. Like the double, triple, and quadruple entendre sometimes that she make. I'm like, yo, because she was on some YouTube video I was watching of this person
who was like unpacking the I saw
and I was like, yo, I didn't even think of that part. Like it's so good. Her mind,
and I love that she said yes, no.
Yes,
she could have just claimed all of it. She was like, no, but that sounds good. That was cute. But for most of it, it's like, yeah, no.
Yeah, that's so good.
She's a freak to be able to rap like that and sing. She's also a great dancer.
Yeah,
and she is gorgeous.
So beautiful. So beautiful.
She is so pretty.
Yes, and a great entertainer. So when I went to see SZA's tour here in LA, Doechii opened for her, and I mean, just a entertainer. Like watching the stage, I was like, yo, this is like the dancing is on point, and like just her connection to the art, like it was. And I get granted, before then I had heard like maybe like one or two, you know what I mean, first songs. I was like, oh, this is cute. But like there, I was like, oh, I'm a fan now because I love entertainers.
Yeah,
like when I go
live show,
that's
what makes
that will sell me on an artist. Yes, when I went to go see Victoria Monet at the Fonda Theater last year,
baby,
man. Yo, I was like, yo, the star power, and she's an entertainer.
Yeah,
so good from the start of the show to the end of the show, just giving it the whole time,
the entire time, to the point where it's like, how do you do this?
Yeah.
Where are you breathing?
Yeah,
like
it's crazy.
Yeah,
I love it. She's so good.
Yeah.
When I went to the Billboard Best New Artist Year thing last Grammy party, I got to go. I was nominated for anything, obviously, but they let me come, and I was about to walk on the carpet because me and her added each other. Well, I added her a long time ago. She added me on Instagram like 2 or 3 years ago.
What?
And then so I'm in line for the carpet, and like they bring her up because she was nominated for stuff and she's performing, and then she's in front of me. I was like, hey, I just want to say I'm a huge fan. I love your work, and she's like, Monet. I was like, hey, Victoria! Yes. I was like, oh my God, I didn't know you would know who I am. And she's so sweet.
Yeah, she seems really gracious.
Also, I love that she's queer. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like out there with Tiana Taylor and stuff. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but it looks cute.
I was into it. Yeah, she definitely gives me like, not test of ties. She feels like she will stand the test of time.
Well, she has been. Like, she wrote for Ariana.
She
wrote for Ariana back in the day.
For a while.
Yeah. So that's what I love. Also, when artists who have been in it get their just due. Like
Money Long.
Yeah, Money Long. I was late to that. I didn't even know that she was a writer for all these people. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like Money Long has written some bangers out there.
Yeah.
And now she's having her girl in the sun, which I love. And 2 songs they were viral, like super big.
Yeah, TikTok loves Miss Money Long.
They
baby.
Really do. They really do. Are you on TikTok? Are you a TikToker?
I'm trying my best.
I know, me too. It's so hard.
It is really hard.
I think, are we aging out of it? Is that the problem?
I think we are kind of aging out of apps, which I accept because it's just, I think everything is cyclical. I think the generation before us had the things technologically and otherwise where it's like, okay, I don't get this anymore.
Yeah.
And we have the same thing, and the generation after us will have it. And I think for me, TikTok is kind of that.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough.
Yeah.
I feel like I go on, the first thing I open it, the first thing, I don't know who this is. Okay. I swipe up, they're trying to sell me like something to wash my dog. And then I swipe up, and it's like, my attention span too, it's like you got about 3 swipes before I'm like, I don't know what this is. I can't do with this. Yeah. But then I go out into my real life and people are like, oh yeah, because I saw the TikTok where da 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 da, and everyone else in the room is like, I saw that one too. And I'm like, yeah, I also saw it. I have no idea what's going on TikTok.
So we're waiting for the album next year. I can't wait for it. And so you're writing comedy, stand-up. So did stand-up comedy come first, or did writing for shows come first?
I would say stand-up came first, because I started performing stand-up in probably like 2016-ish.
Oh, work. Okay.
And then the first time I started officially writing for television came a few years later. And they're just such completely different devices in terms of performing comedy. Stand-up is just like, you know, it's just like...
Yeah. I enjoy stand-up. Yeah. I kind of like stumble into it, but I really enjoy it. Like having that time on stage, like it's like, it really is so freeing. And like, you know, sometimes I know exactly what I'm going to talk about, but sometimes I give myself like a little chunk of the show that I don't know. I'm just like, no, let me just talk to the audience and see what happens. And that be when like the magic should be happening. You know what I mean? I love stand-up. It's good. It's a good time.
Yeah, it is a good time. When like, and I am someone who like, I grew up on Def Comedy Jam and Comic Theater, and following all of these stand-up artists and celebrating them and stuff. So, and I have like tremendous amounts of performance anxiety sometimes.
Do you really? You?
Yeah, I do. When it comes to something that I'm like really passionate about.
Yeah, I feel
like
that.
A perfectionist.
I feel that.
So like, early stand-up for me included a lot of nerves and stuff. And then now I'm at the point where I'm like, this is fun. It's meant to be fun. I don't... The odds of someone bringing like a flamethrower to the show and then setting me on fire, it's not going to happen. And I'm not Chris Rock. If you come up on stage, we will fight. So it's just like, okay, what are the risks here? And you just kind of learn to, I think I learned to just kind of commit to the material and just have fun being in the room with people.
Well, I've seen some people say like when I go on stage, like no nerves. Like every time I go on stage, even before I do these episodes, I'm nervous every time. Yeah. And like I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that it's because I love what I'm doing and I really want to be good at it and show up for the audience, for my other, you know what I mean? So like I get nervous every time. I'm not one of those people that I'm just so good I don't feel nervous anymore. I don't think that'll ever be my thing. Yeah. It's just not how I'm built. It's not how my body's wired.
But you're right, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. And so you have your Life is Better tour happening. And I was so sad because I wanted to come see you at the Hollywood Improv, but I had to be ended up being out of town. And someone who works here, his name is Day, when he's like, Kid Fuse comes in, right? He's like, I saw him at Hollywood Improv. It was so I was like, I know, I'm so mad I missed it. I think we're gonna go together. But I can't wait to see your show. I'm sure it's brilliant, very hilarious.
I'm proud of it.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
One show that you did, which I was in love with. I'm so mad it did not get renewed for a third season. I thought rap was so good. I really did. I watched every episode. I love the storylines on the show. Like it was so good. Please tell me how that came about.
Okay. Well, I can tell you from where I entered the picture. I know Issa Rae. This was towards like the final few seasons of Insecure. Maybe it was like season 4 they were on, and it was announced that she was doing a new comedy. And it was about a rap duo from Miami. And I remember reading that and being like, as a huge fan of Issa and Insecure, I was like, thank God this woman is creating something that I know will be black. Yeah. That's set in my hometown. Yeah. Because most of the things that you see scripted wise that are set in Miami usually are Latin centric, which is fine. Yeah. It's a big Latin community. Yeah. There's also tons of Bahamians, tons of Haitians, tons of people from Jamaica, like my family, all kinds of big Caribbean town.
Jamaican folk?
Yes.
West Indian power.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so I was thrilled that I knew it was going to be like this black representation of the town finally. And then once they started, I guess, early development of it, Issa reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in writing. And I was like, girl, I'll be interested in cleaning the toilet still. I don't give a fuck. I'm just happy you're making this. Are you kidding me? And so, yeah, like the first season was during COVID, so we were virtual.
Oh, right.
The first season. But we filmed season 1 in Miami. We wrote season 2 here in LA. We filmed a lot of season 2 here. And I just loved it. I loved it.
Well, once season 2 ended, because y'all put up, because with their manager, the lesbian, the character's name, Chastity. Like when with like them saying like we don't want to like you to manage us anymore, which is after she had done everything. That seen and unseen that these bitches didn't know.
And shout out to Jonica for that scene.
So good. I was emotional. I was sitting there like, yo, that hurt. Again, it's a TV show. It's sitting there like, I feel her fucking pain. Like that is acting in this episode.
A lot of the performers, especially the women, were first-time actors too.
What? Mia was a first-time actor? Shut up. So good.
Like they were, and watching them grow from episode 1 to the end of season 2 was such a reward, and seeing them bring those characters to life. But yeah, shout out to all of them. Shout out to John. That scene where they tell Chastity that they are going a different way, and she has like this emotional moment. Watching
I have
that
goosebumps. We're talking about it right now. I really have goosebumps.
I'm so proud of them.
Ooh, y'all! If y'all know what, y'all have to check out Rap Shit.
It's still on Max.
It's still on Max. Unlike Legendary, that they chopped all the episodes for, which is criminal.
What the?
Arrest someone, please.
Prison and jail and prison
right now. Rap Shit is so good, and it's not just for a Black audience. It is for everybody. It is good writing, and the storylines get you, girl. So good. I was sitting in my apartment crying. I was like, I cannot believe it's a chance after everything she did for these girls. This is crazy. It's so
But
good.
I did hear that an exec said to someone on set, not while, obviously not in recording, but I did hear that someone in production said to somebody else that they felt like they needed subtitles to hear one of the actors speak. I won't say anybody's name. I won't say who the actor was. I probably shouldn't even have said that. But I'm Kid Fury and I support this message. Y'all not gonna be like greenlighting our stories and then coming around with micro aggressions.
But that's a macroaggression at that point.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
What are you talking about?
You need...
Yeah.
Oh, I will say, the only thing I sometimes felt that, I watched Supercell on Netflix with the superheroes. Those British accents are so thick. I was like, girl, I really needed some subtitles for that.
Yeah.
But girl, you know what they're saying on that show, and you're trying to be... Anyway, don't let that... Don't put that thing.
A heavy accent from another country is kind of different.
Different than... Like, come on now.
Yeah.
And I love you to say that. You're not going to greenlight our stories and then
try to like mouse around and make you uncomfortable that they're happening.
I can't. She better work. I mean, you wrote for well, at that point it's HBO and now it's Max, whatever. Show. So congratulations. That's big.
It was that show was so much fun to make.
Yeah. Wait, so your Life is Better tour, can you tell us dates? 'Cause I want to know where I can come. If we go to kidfury.com, I'm sure we can find the dates on there.
Yeah, it'll be on there or lifeisbettertour.com, and the next show is New York.
New York.
On the 24th.
On the 24th.
Yeah, and I actually did LA and New York for this tour earlier in the year, but I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. I don't care. Nobody trained me. But no, we're shopping it to try and make it a special. So hopefully, we can put it up somewhere for everyone to watch it.
Yes.
So that's what New York and the LA one are primarily for, although they're open to public for people to come.
Yeah.
And then I'll be in Houston and Dallas, which I'm really excited about next month, and New Orleans, all cities that I love.
Yeah.
And then the last date is December 1st in Miami, and doing it at home.
Work at home. Now, I'm sure all your family, you probably have to get too many comp tickets.
Oh, my mama and them are not coming. They better not be nowhere near the venue.
Okay. I wanted to be written about that.
No.
Because for my stuff, I do not want my family to come. The material I'm talking about, it makes me uncomfortable with my family getting to see the show.
Same.
Yes, I can't.
I do that. I tell my mama and them from the beginning, stay far away from this. Okay? I cuss, and I'm not going to stop. I talk about vile things, and I am not going to stop.
I don't say, I feel that so hard.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. Bob doesn't care. Bob will he doesn't care if his family comes to all of his stuff, and his material is pretty dirty too.
But yeah.
And I'm like, I would feel so uncomfortable with my family. My mom is sitting there listening to me talk about what I talk about on stage.
Everyone's family is like different too, I guess. So it might.
We have Caribbean roots.
That's what I'm saying.
It don't work like that.
My mama is very, very safe and will still be like, well, the whole thing we did say about the like, what is a fleet? So you just shove it up, all right. I can't bother. It's like, I'm not going to deal with like.
Yeah, no, I can't. I cannot.
No, but they respect it, thankfully. Good. And they're supportive from afar. They give me my thumbs up. Mm-hmm. Every now and then, like my mom, maybe a month or so ago, sent me a text that she was like maybe listening to Spotify or something that had ads on it, and an ad with me and Crystal for the sacred thing came up, and she was like, she sent me a text and she was like, oh, look at my son, proud mom moment.
Yeah.
So sometimes from afar she'll give me my tens, my dad will give me my tens, but I'm like, stay away, this is explicit. I don't even know why I love to cuss so much, because neither one of them do.
Same. I don't know why. I feel like in my shows I just cuss more than I normally do anyway. I really do. I just be out there just dropping all of them. Yeah. How's dating for you in LA? Are you living? Are you liking it? Or are you hating it?
You know something? I don't feel like I've been active enough to have an opinion.
Oh, okay.
I'm such a homebody.
Yeah.
Same. I love being at home, and I'm there. It's just me and my 12-pound Yorkie, and just silence.
Yeah.
You know, and when I am in the company of a fine gentleman, there's the moment where it's like, oh, this should be a regular. I said today on the podcast, in fact, I had to record the podcast today because we had tech issues yesterday. And then actually after this, I'm going to have dinner with some of the rap show writers.
Work.
I miss them.
And so, I'm a big fan. Please tell me.
1,000% will. And I joked with Chris all today. I was like, on full days like this is where you come, like I should come home after all of these things that I did, kick off my shoes and say to a gentleman, now is when you pack me out. I want to be broken into pieces and then go to sleep. But yeah, I have to just get out in the scene. I hear all these horror stories about dating in LA, but I'm the type of person where I'm like, is it LA or is it you?
Right. I will say this. When I moved to LA, I felt that people were more serious about dating here. In New York, I could not date to save my life in New York. I felt no one was really serious. I feel like it's New York. And again, LA is also a big city. I mean, it's not like a, so people have a lot of options here too, but I feel like New York, people have too many options.
And they pass by a million bodies a second.
Literally. Literally. So I feel like that's the difference in that I found in LA and New York. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had more success dating here.
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like New York is so much, and then the other thing about New York is in the colder months, disappearance. you shoot that cuffing season.
Yeah, cuffing season is so real in New York.
It is so real. You pick the one or two, whatever the roster is, and then you go dark, and you don't see a bitch again until spring. So it's so different. It's like if you ain't get chose by September, like around this time a year,
you're ass off in the next like 4 or 5 months. That is so true.
See you when the groundhogs show up.
What's that groundhog show up?
Like,
it's cuffing season is cuffing season is so that is the real thing in New York. That is true.
Because no one wants to go out when it's cold. Yeah, they just want to be inside boot up.
Inside boot up with tea. Okay, I want to play a little game with you.
Please.
So it's the Black Sitcom game, right? Okay. So I'm gonna say one kind of like those challenges on thing of like Beyonce, Whitney. You say Whitney, and blah 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 blah. Except we're gonna do it with Black sitcoms.
Okay.
So here we go. Family Matters or Living Single?
Living Single.
Okay.
Easy.
Living Single or 227?
Living Single.
Really? Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Living Single or Martin?
Oh, God, no. I feel like you asked me my mother or my father. Which one of them takes a bullet? No. Oh, this is so hard. Living Single or Martin? Martin.
Oh my God, really? Check it out. Check it out.
That one's so hard. That was
so good.
By a hair for me.
Yeah.
I got to give it to Martin.
They're
similar to me in one crucial way that I feel like a lot of sitcoms have not been able to replicate, especially at the time. Every single character was like carrying. Like
I agree with that.
Like every single performer was eating. There was never a character that wasted space or a line on either program.
I would agree with that.
But Martin, it just feels like you could literally watch episodes of Martin where you're seeing them make the other actor break.
Yeah, it's
because
so
of how
good.
funny they are.
And those are my favorite episodes of sitcoms when the chemistry and the comedy is so tight that they're making each other break on. And so many takes were like that they decided to keep it in.
Yeah,
that means that like it was just brilliance on set.
And then you also have to consider, I think, in terms of Martin, like the character acting, the Shanae, the Jerome, like all of the different almost sketch.
Jerome.
Yeah, like those things
so
are still people who did not even grow up watching Martin are familiar with those characters and sayings and stuff. And I think I just did run my mouth about Living Single on the read and how important that show is. So
we don't talk about it enough. And every time I talk about it, I like to remember the fact that Living Single was doing their big one, and then they were like, oh, this would be the exact same show would be perfect for white people. And then they created Friends. And Friends came in, which is literally the white version of Living Single, and they were paying them exorbitantly more than they were playing the characters of Living Single, and then the rest is history.
I'm glad she said it so I didn't have to.
So you and your children to know. And that's when the lights went on at NBC.
Living Single for your introduction to Jennifer Aniston.
Literally.
To the point where I don't remember when this was or why this even happened, but Friends got some sort of a like an honorable something a couple of years ago. I don't remember if it was a tribute, if it was a reunion thing. Something happened where everyone was blowing smoke up Friends' asses. and black folk did this to the exact degree that you just did. To the point where I think David or whatever
David Schwimmer?
Yeah, I think he or one of the cast members had came forward and addressed it.
Really?
And
did they really?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to look this up.
And
I didn't hear about this.
like in a soft way, we're like, yeah, Living Single was really great and did a lot of things.
Yeah, for us. Like Living Single gave us our careers basically. Like no shade, like the reason why we respect a lot of those actors is because of Friends. Like no shade, except for Jennifer Aniston. She did a lot after her career and stuff, but no shade to the others. I'm just saying. I think Friends was the catalyst for a lot of their careers afterwards.
It truly was.
It really was.
It
really was. You know, I did, going back to Martin a little bit, I did Shanae on Snatch Game, and they tried to clown me. And you know what? My Martin was good, but they also put, I couldn't say a lot of the catchphrases because they were like, because of copyright, blah, blah, blah. So I kind of had to just work with, just do it. Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
like that. But
there were characters that you couldn't, like some Snatch, I remember some performers couldn't even say who they were.
Yeah, you have to say a whole roundabout thing. So but again, anyway, going up into the show, they should have let me know that as opposed to the day before the episode being like, hey, by the way, we know you're doing Shanae, you can't use the name though. You have to say Martin Lawrence, and you can't say literally a list of things I could not say.
That's so wild.
I know. Anyway. Okay, so we ended on Martin or Moesha?
Martin,
okay. Martin or Cosby Show?
Martin.
Okay. Martin or Wayans Brothers?
Martin.
Wayans Brothers, they did a lot of characters too. They was good on Wayans Brothers.
Yeah, but I think Martin was still better.
Yeah.
Wayans Brothers, I think the Wayans Brothers actually is underrated in terms of comedy and lasting power and storytelling.
Yeah.
I think the Wayans Brothers is one of the ones where it's if you know type stuff.
Yeah.
Where it's Martin, even suburban white moms kind of know it's iconic to us. But the Wayans Brothers, yeah, they absolutely did characters, sketch, and that's another one where all the performers were excellent.
John Witherspoon,
excellent.
The father/grandfather of all black cinema.
Bang, 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 bang. Always
so
taking
good.
his belt off and whipping his adult kids.
No matter what role it is. Yeah. Always.
Yeah. I love rest in peace, John Witherspoon.
Rest in peace. Martin or hanging with Mr. Cooper?
Martin's not really gonna lose to most of these. I'm gonna hope. Martin's one of my favorite shows.
Okay, well,
not hanging with Mr. Cooper.
I gotta do the list. I got Martin or Noah's Ark. Martin or Noah's Ark.
That's not. This was not fair, Monét. I'm still gonna say Martin. But shout out to Noah's Ark. I can't wait to watch the new movie.
The reboot. They're coming back. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Did you watch Noah's Ark jumping the broom? The movie.
Of course I did. I have the DVD.
The DVD.
I just rewatched it the other day when I saw Patrick post the thing. I like Noah's Ark meant so much to me.
Oh, so good, so good. And also, I remember watching it because this is back. I was still, this is maybe like high school, I think, for me. So I was like, that's one of the shows I used to watch, and with the door kind of cracked so I can hear somebody was coming. The volume on, second press is down and to mute it just in case.
You want to hear tea?
What?
You want to know how I watched it?
How?
So, oh God, my parents are gonna kill me.
Tell me.
Logo was my parents blocked Logo.
Oh shit.
From in the house from the cable. It was the only network channel that was like blocked.
Work. So
And
how did you
so-
watch it?
They sold the episodes on iTunes. I bought the seasons on Apple iTunes and I watched them on my iPod.
Work. Oh my God! On that, not even the iPod, like the tiny
The
little
iPod, like the big one,
right,
the big
but
chunky, but the screen was
the
this
screen
big.
was this big.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how I watched Noah's Ark.
Oh
baby
my
girl.
God.
And then eventually, like I got a job and I could get my own laptop and
Yeah.
just watch it on the computer through iTunes. But I had to watch it through Apple basically because my
They blocked Logo.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I guess I watched it on Logo too. So it couldn't have been high school. It must have been college. But I remember I still had to secretly watch it though. But yeah, watching it on iTunes on your iPod, that is hilarious.
They weren't going to stop me. My education, worth it.
Educate
My
yourself.
education.
Okay, Martin. Just three more. Martin or Fresh Prince.
Jesus, these are rough.
I know. Black sitcoms, we tore them sitcoms.
They were so tired
up.
of us. They were so tired of us
So
taking
good.
over prime time.
Yeah.
Because not only did we have these amazing, iconic shows, there's still nothing like groups of Black people consuming art together.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so profitable to the point that you have like Black Twitter and people literally devising things to, to be consumed and thus expressed through Black people getting together and being like, hey, look at this. That's what all of this was.
Yeah.
I'd still say Martin, but Fresh Prince is a big one.
So good.
Big one.
The Will Smith episode when his dad leaves him and Uncle Phil hugs him. Honestly, like they should have won an Emmy for that if they did. I don't know if they did.
They actually should have won an Emmy for that.
They should get retroactive Emmys, like looking back, like the people that we missed over. Like they should do that. That should be a category every year. Like so, Whoopi should
Please
get one.
give her money.
Whoopi gets one for Color Purple because they didn't win the first time.
Yes, they gave it to her for Ghost.
For Ghost. Angela Bassett should get one for What's Up Got to Everything.
But yes.
What's Up Got to Do with it? Like even also a Jackson and American Dream. Like give her.
I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you no more. I don't want you.
So good.
Like, yes, you're
and
right.
Last one, Martin or Jamie Foxx show.
Martin.
Yeah, Martin. Yeah.
So I guess Martin wins.
Martin wins.
Yeah, but Jamie Foxx is also nothing to play with.
So good. Yeah.
But that was another one I felt like Jamie kind of like.
He carried the entire.
Yeah, he
thing,
kind of
bro.
carried that whole
The
thing.
entire thing. No shade. He carried the entire thing. What was the name of the actor who played the dad? He also passed away.
Garrett Morris.
You better know it.
I think.
There are a lot of actors that are only famous to Black people. Like I feel like white people don't know. Do you know who Nia Long is?
You should be absolutely ashamed. Nia Long.
Yeah, there are a lot of actors that are only famous to Black people. Like I think another one is like that is Morris Chestnut.
That sucks.
Yeah, I know. White people don't know who Morris Chestnut
And
is.
he's all up in white people's stuff.
Yes, I know.
He's always playing like a cop or them. A detective.
Yeah, always. I feel like another one is Vivica Fox.
That one's egregious.
Do you know who Vivica Fox is? You do. Okay.
Independence Day? Come on. You know who Vivica is.
True.
Set it off. Well, they
They don't want to set it off. They don't want to set it off. They don't want to set it off.
But Independence Day at the very least.
Yeah. True,
but then I'm like,
true.
you know what? They're white people.
This is true. There are white people who are famous to only white people.
Some of these names, I'm like, Madison Beer
I don't know who that is.
could walk in this room right now and I think she was an intern. I have no idea who that is in my life. I've never seen her. I don't know what she does.
Yeah, true.
Addison Rae. I don't know who
Addison. I think Addison Rae is a TikToker, but I would not know what she looks like.
Addison Rae was the one at the VMAs this year who was wearing a balloon or something. Was it Addison Rae? Addison Rae.
What's his head movement?
Addison Rae is the girl. She was in the remake of She's All That.
Oh, she's an actress? From TikTok to
the on purpose. I think that she's transitioned into that.
Got it.
But there's a remake of She's All That.
Is there really? Which was they don't need to see why remake? Why remake it? She's All That is a good one,
but it's like He's All That. So I think she's like making over a guy.
Got it
or something.
Got it.
Is that Addison Rae?
Okay. Oh, it is. Yeah. So she's the Freddie Prinze Jr. character,
yes,
and a guy is which I don't know the actress's name.
Oh, Rachel Lee Cook.
Rachel Lee, you better know it. You better know it.
I do know some white people. I do. I know Chapel.
Chaperone is good. Yeah, I'm trying to. She's obviously. I love how she be gathering these kids. I kind of live for it. I'm here
for it.
Gathering them, like when you see me on the street, don't say hi to me.
I'm at Target. We're not hot to go. We're ret to go. I'm leaving.
I'm at Target spending $400 more than I planned on spending. Let's leave me alone. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Or not even leave me alone. Like, don't come and like jump on me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, act like a person.
Yeah. So you had tweeted about Dead by Daylight and One Piece.
Yeah.
Are you a secret blurred?
I don't think it's a secret.
Yeah, you just are a blurred.
Yeah, just wide open blurred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a big gamer?
Huge.
Okay, PS5?
Yes.
God of War?
Yes.
So honestly, can I say I think it's one of the best games I've played in the past 5 years.
They're adapting it to Amazon.
For a series?
A series.
Shut up. Ooh, that's going to be so good. Ooh.
It is going to be
I'm trying to think about Amazon original series. Have they missed a lot?
They spent coin.
Okay.
They spend coin.
Amazon have the coin to spend it.
Right. They have a lot of really good and successful.
The Boys is
The Boys is okay. Amazon. I think Marvelous Miss Maisel might be Amazon.
That's them too. Okay.
They have like a Lord of the Rings show out now that I don't watch. I watched the pilot of it and it looked expensive.
Okay. All right. I trust Amazon with that.
So I think that they're gonna do the God of War story justice. It's so good.
My God, Atreus, all of it is going to be so good. And please tell us about your new show, or you haven't talked a lot about it, but Furious Thoughts.
Yeah.
Can you any tea you can tell us here, or are you still keeping it under wraps for now?
No. So I haven't talked about it in a while. But yeah, I'm getting ready to launch a new podcast called Furious Thoughts, which is a podcast version of an old YouTube series I did, which is just a bunch of random thoughts of mine, rapid fire thoughts, everything from why does bread cost this much to where the at to this episode of the Golden Girl, whatever. But then doing it I plan to do it in the sort of from the concept of reawakening in a digital age where I'm an older version of that kid who is now trying to make sense of what it even means to exist in a digital space today. And it's kind of my little take on late night talk. So I'll do guests and that type of stuff too. You have to come.
You send just...
Your name's already on the list.
We tell each other's numbers. So I will literally do anything. I am obsessed with you. I would do whatever you were asking of me, anytime, any day, any place. But I'm Kim Possible. Call me, beat me, if you want to reach me, girl.
But yeah, that should be coming out early next year.
Okay, work.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, this has been an absolute dream having you here. I'm so enamored by your talent. You're so hilarious. So thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to swing by here and kiki with me on the couch.
Thank you for inviting me, one of my absolute favorite performers, Drag Race winner, absolute gorgeous Caribbean family.
Yes.
You guys do whatever. I'll be there.
Y'all, we had Kid Fury on the couch. We're going up and up and up and up. And thank you all for watching another episode of Monét Talks. I will see you guys next week back here right on the couch. Peace.
Bye.